Hello, everyone. It's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hey, if you are in need of kids' birthday cards, and who isn't? We always need those fabulous cards for kids. You're going to love today's video. I'm going to feature a stamp set or a bundle from the annual Stampin' Up! Catalog. It's called Carousel Horses. Absolutely precious. You are going to love, oh my goodness, you're going to love these cards. I'm anxious to share with you, so let's go get started. Creating these cards was so easy and so much fun. I'm going to have two cards to share with you. So this one is just going to use the Carousel Horses stamp set. So no bundle is needed. But if you'd like to step it up, you want to get some creativity going on there, you can add the bundle. And I've got tips and tricks for creating some really fantastic cards. So we're going to get started with our easy card, and then we'll do our stepped up card. Friends, this is all we need. I've got a fresh Freesia card base. Mine is a 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, so that's going to fit in a medium-sized envelope. My background layering piece is in Pool Party. This one is a 3.5 by 4 3/4, and then a little basic white right on top, 3 1/4 by 4.5. Now we're also going to need a little piece of scratch paper. Now, this is not cardstock. This is copy paper, junk mail, something like that. We're going to do a little fun masking technique with this. And yeah, really, I dug this out of my trash. So really, when I say scrap, that's what I mean. The first thing we want to do is work on that little piece for the mask. I'm going to take a basic gray ink pad, and this one is going to be done with the larger horse. So I'm going to ink this up, and really all I want to get is the middle of this horse. So basically the saddle. I'm going to stamp that right there, and I'm going to trim this right at the horse's belly. Now, I'm not worried at all about those legs. Oh, it almost felt wrong to just cut the horse's legs off. But it's just this area of the saddle that we're going to need to mask. So that's really what we need right there. Now, just to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to just trim it down so that really all I have is that little bit of saddle. There's two ways you can create this mask. You can put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on there, and then I just want you to de-stickify it. Many times I'll put it on my jeans. That'll add a little lint to it and make it really less sticky enough that it's going to mask great, but not so sticky that it's going to stick to my image. There we go. Little lint does wonders. I'm going to set that right there for a second. And I'm going to bring in that basic white. Now for this card, we're going to say, enjoy the ride. Let's stamp that there at the top. I'm a little crooked. Let's flip it over and try that again. So much better. All right, now we can come in with the horse again. And I'm going to stamp that basically just kind of right there in the center of this cardstock. Because it is a carousel horse, we're now ready to add the, oh gosh, what do you call this? The pole. Yeah, the little pole that it's going to sit on. This is where that mask is going to come in handy. I'm going to place that right here. Can you see how I'm just lining it up? I can line up the bottom, line up the top. So that's going to allow me to stamp this pole right down the middle. And when we remove our little mask, ta-da! Now I'm going to save this, and I'm going to tuck it right inside here in my stamp case. So the next time I need to use that technique, I'm ready to go. All right, now I'm going to come in with a Pool Party ink pad, and this is a two-step stamp set. So I'm going to ink up the mane and the tail in Pool Party. I know, crazy, but I just thought it kind of made this horse just a little more unique, right? Kind of almost My Little Pony-esque. And because it's photopolymer, I can see right where I'm stamping. So I got a little off, and you know what? What's nice with two-step stamping, it's not the end of the world. I think that's going to work for me. A little fresh Freesia, and let's add the saddle. Again, two-step stamp, so we don't have to do any coloring on this one. Well, I said we're not going to do any coloring. We're going to do just a little. I'm going to bring in a Parakeet Party Stampin' Write marker. You could also use your Stampin' Blends, whichever you have. And I'm just going to color in every other stripe on the pole. If you'd like, there are some little flowers in this set. And I have to be really truthful. This one's here because I had some ink on the side of my finger and I touched it. So guess what? We filled it, we covered it with flowers. You know, this is what we do as crafters, right? So you're welcome to add a few of these. And by the way, these little flowers can go right here on her little rumpus. It's just kind of cute, right? So feel free to get creative with that. But I'm now going to bring in my Fresh Freesia card base, and I'm going to take these little flowers and I'm going to make myself just a border here around the top and down all the sides. I have adhesive there on the back of that Pool Party cardstock. We'll add that to the center to cover that up. So you see, we didn't have to cover everything in flowers. I have Stampin' Dimensionals here on the back of my focal image. And she's so cute. I think she needs a little bling, don't you? I'm going to take an iridescent rhinestone, one of the larger ones. We'll put it right there at the top of the pole. And now I'm just going to fill in a few, just to kind of give it some sparkle. I love the iridescent rhinestones on there. I think it just makes it so easy. So this one, as I said, this card was done strictly with the stamp set. As always, I have a free download that goes along with today's video. I would love for you to have that. You can find it at simplysimplestamping.com, or you can look down in the YouTube description. I've got a direct link to today's post. Friends, this is going to have everything you need. You're going to have photos, measurements, supply list, a link back to this video, and even a place that you can order. If you'd like to get your hands on that Carousel Horses Stamp Setter Bundle, I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. All right, are you ready to see our over-the-top card? All right, let's go. Right, now we're going to have some fun with the bundle. I'm telling you, this one really did make me happy, and it's a really fun card. Let me share the supplies you need to create it. I'm going to create with a basic white thick card. This one I'm going to cut a little different, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 inches. I have 2 pieces of Pool Party, a 4 by 5 1/4, and just a little piece, 3/4 by 4 1/4. These 2 pieces are the same size, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. That would be a basic white, or you could use basic white thick, and this one would be Parakeet Party. I thought Lemon Lolly was going to be so pretty with this card. I have just a scrap here. This is about a 1 1/2 by, I don't know, maybe 4 inches or so. And then I've got 2 pieces of designer series paper. This is from the Bright and Beautiful. So here we go. This piece here is a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I have a little scrap here, 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. Let's start with our stamping. I'm going to bring in that basic gray ink pad again. And I have put both of those Carousel Horses. You notice these are smaller than our first card. And we're going to stamp both of these here on that basic white. So this just kind of saved me some time. You're welcome to do it separately as well. But we're going to be die cutting these. So I'm not really concerned if anything is straight. All right, now I'm going to be creating and coloring with Stampin' Blends for this card, but I want you to know it's not necessary because this is a 2-step stamp. So you do have stamps if you would like to color in that way. The reason I didn't is I wanted a little more color on my horse, so I hope that's okay. I'm going to use Stampin' Blends Pool Party, Parakeet Party, and then this is the bronze and the ivory. So this worked perfect for my card. And friends, you can color any way you wish. I'm going to do a little dark here on the first horse and then blend with the light. And this one in Parakeet, and then I'll do the other one. I think I'll do the other one there in Pool Party. All right, now I'm going to come in with the bronze and the light. And really what I'm going to do is just kind of do a little reversal. So with the light, I'll do the mane and the tail on one. And with the light, I'll color in the horse on the other. And now with the bronze, all right, now we're going to go on our light colored horse and we'll go with a bronze mane and tail. And just like before, but we're going to do the reverse, we'll do the bronze here on our other horse. Such soft, pretty colors. Now, the last thing I want to color is the pole. And I kind of wanted to do a little combination. I'm going to use the darks on this of the parakeet and the pool party. So I'll do a parakeet here. I'll skip one because I love that little bit of white showing through. Little pool party, little parakeet. All right, the coloring is done. So I have one more thing I want to stamp. Coming back in with basic gray. A very fantastic and very whimsical banner. And we have the happy birthday to go right inside. By the way, you could also say, let's celebrate. So if you needed this for a different card of just celebration, that works too. We'll stamp happy birthday. And now it's time for die cutting. All right, so this is probably going to be pretty self-explanatory, but of course we will do our horses here. I will tell you with this one, I'm going to recommend that you run them through individually because you really want to make sure these are nice and straight. And we just did all that work on coloring. We wouldn't want to mess up. So I would do these one at a time. There's my birthday. Now we're going to get a little creative. Are you ready? We're going to get creative with these three pieces. I'm going to start here with this pool party. Now we're going to use this as a layer, but if you guys have followed me for a while, you know I like to get the most out of my layers that I can. So I am going to I'm going to lay down these two dies here in the center of that pool party. And I'm going to run that through my machine. And we're going to have these pieces here. Now, these two little pieces, this is from inside, we don't need those. Those are scrap. And crazy as it sounds, this is also scrap. Now you could save it, of course, but what has happened here is these two pieces are actually on one die. I need this little narrow piece. So again, you can scrap it or you can save it for another project. I have adhesive on the back of my designer series paper. It's a very tight fit, but I loved the little narrow border on this one. And when we adhere that, no one's going to see that at all because we're going to take this and adhere it to the front of our basic white thick card base. Remember that happy birthday that we die cut? I've got Stampin' Dimensionals on that. I'm going to put that up here at the top. We're going to take this piece again. All right, we're going to put this on our parakeet party. There is a little platform and then the tent. We actually only need this top part. So I want you to see what we're going to do. We're going to tuck all that in there. By the way, this is going to be scrap, so we don't have to worry about things hanging off. We're going to die cut these three pieces. And what we have is this. So here's where we're going to get creative. We're going to take our pool party little tent. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to lay these two pieces because I want a two-tone. And by the way, this could be done in any color combination. You're going to have fun with this, let me tell you. All right, I'm just kind of literally just placing them inside there. And I'm going to hold it in place with a Stampin' Dimensional because this is going to go on with dimensionals. So let's get some use out of that. All right, we have that. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'll put some dimensionals right down the center of this pole. So that part, we've got that done. Let's get a little more creative. We're going to adhere the top of the tent right on top. So just a little adhesive will hold that in place. It's very easy to see the center because you've got that little dip right there. All right. Now, do you remember this one? Well, you know what? I really like the top of that, and I wanted to add it right here. And there's a line already on that. I'm just going to snip it off. I put just a little bit of adhesive on there, and that can be adhered right on the top. So again, it just gives us some nice color choices, right? Okay, this scrap. This one, nope, we're going to be using this. This is the base, and that's going to adhere right down here at the bottom. All right, this is what we should have left. So this little part of the platform is going to sit right across the bottom of that. And a little bit of adhesive. You're welcome to use your multi-purpose glue. I know some people are more comfortable with that, especially when it comes to these little narrow pieces. And now we're ready to add our horses. All right, so to add these, I actually found the mini Stampin' Dimensionals to work great. So I'm going to flip these over, and I want you to notice, of course, I want the tail of my horse kind of on top there. I don't want it to be behind, so I will take these two pieces and just kind of line those up. I'm going to use a mini Stampin' Dimensional right here, and then again down here at the bottom. And now I'll add just a couple more to my horse, both of them, by the way. We're going to remove our backings, and we can add that to the front of our card. We had just a little scrap of the designer series paper left over. I added it to a little bit of pool party. It's just going to kind of dress up the inside of the card a little bit. I'm going to add that here at the bottom. And there we go. I'm telling you, it really is an amazing card. So if you've got just a few minutes and you don't want to do the dies, you want just that stamp set, oh my goodness, you can create a really amazing, precious card. But you like to step it up. You love to do some of that great paper piercing. It is fantastic to add the dies and use the Carousel Horses bundle. If you enjoyed the video, I would love a thumbs up on YouTube. Thank you so much for that. And if you haven't subscribed, why not click that subscribe button, ring the bell, and then YouTube can let you know when I'm back with a new video. And hey, while you're at it, share the channel with your crafty friends. I'd love to have them join us as well. Thank you again for being here. I can't wait to stamp with you guys next time. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.